the third generation of the 3-liter EcoDiesel is finally here, and it's gonna go into the 2020 Ram 1500. Promises more power and torque than ever before. So I've come up here to beautiful northern Minnesota to learn about it. So why don't you get in the truck, ride right seat with me as we discover this new power plant together. So what's the difference between this third generation diesel engine and the second gen? Actually, a lot. There's 80% new parts. There's a new combustion system, there are new pistons, a new turbo. There's even a new low pressure exhaust gas recirculation system that doesn't pull power away from that turbo like a high pressure system does. So all in all, I've got 260 horsepower and 480 pound-feet of torque. And Ram tells us that that is class leading. So that means that you can tow 12,560 pounds, or you can throw over 2,000 pounds in the bed. So let's look at the competition. We've got the Ford 3-liter diesel. This Ram pretty much beats it on every single front. But what's really funny is if you look at the diesel that's in the Chevy Silverado, that one can only tow 9,300 pounds. It's like this little tiny little baby diesel compared to this big brawny one that's in the Ram. I don't know, it just makes me laugh. Ram told us today that you could drive from Duluth, Minnesota to Dallas, Texas on one tank of gas. So you can get a 33-gallon tank, and Google Maps tells me that that's about 1,091 miles between those two cities. So the power of math tells me about 33 miles per gallon. So this diesel is going to be available across all trim lines in the 1500, so you're still going to get all the cool things that you really like about the 1500, like the optional air suspension that makes it, frankly, one of the best riding trucks in the class. I mean, these crappy northern Minnesota roads notwithstanding. There's an awesome 12-inch screen in here. I've got all the ADAS features I could possibly want, like full-speed adaptive cruise control and blind spot monitoring that covers the length of the trailer, and it's got a cool multifunctional tailgate as well. Now from behind the wheel, I don't really hear any kind of a diesel rattle unless I'm just starting off the line. Once you get it up into speed, it sounds and behaves exactly like a gas engine. It's made it to an 8-speed automatic transmission that's been calibrated specifically for the diesel. And what I really like about this transmission is that I never notice this transmission. It doesn't upshift too quickly. It doesn't wait to downshift when I'm trying to pass somebody. Basically, it works with the diesel engine really, really well. It's just a very well-sorted powertrain. But of course, I didn't come here and drive a Ram Rebel just so I could stay on the pavement. Oh no, there's an off-road course around here somewhere, and I am gonna find it. All right, so do you really want a diesel for off-road? Well, if you want to go super fast, I mean, probably not. But if you know that you're going to go as slow as possible, as fast as necessary, then yeah, a diesel is great, right? Because you're gonna get plenty of low-end torque. So it's really good for rock crawling. It's really good, especially if you know that you're going to overland. I got a spotter here. I'm just gonna look at him, make sure I'm good. So the Ram Rebel's got an approach angle of 23 degrees, a departure angle of 27, and a breakover angle of 21. Now this is one of my favorite off-road trucks, but man, is this thing big. But again, what's nice is that geometry is pretty good. Is it Jeep Wrangler good? Well, no, but it's still pretty awesome. Plus I've got a crawl range of about 47 or 48 to 1, so that gives me plenty of low end grunt here with this diesel. Again, all I gotta do is just climb through these rocks, and you know what? Just let the truck do the work for me. So the Rebel wears 31-inch Goodyear Wrangler tires, and I gotta tell you, they're not my favorite, but still, this is pretty slick right here, and this thing has got more than enough traction to get up this super steep hill. Although I did have my rear axle lock, so maybe I was cheating just a tiny little bit. So the Rebel is one of my favorite off-road trucks, even though it is full size and it's kind of giant, but it's helped with pretty good geometry. Now, if you know you're going to be going downhill, there is a hill descent control, which is not really very loud, and I can set it to go up to 5 miles an hour. Right here, I'm at 2.5 miles an hour, very slow, very controlled all the way down the hill, and all I'm doing is the steering. Well, I've only driven the 3-liter EcoDiesel for a few hours, but I gotta say my first impressions are really positive. I've got plenty of pulling power, I've got lots of torque off the line, and plus the whole truck just looks really awesome. Now, the diesel is going to be a $5,000 option over the regular price of the truck. So a base tradesman, that's gonna start at just under $37,000. So when we get the EPA numbers, you'll have to do the math to see if it's gonna be worth it for you. Regardless, we should see the 2020 Ram 1500 EcoDiesel in dealerships at the end of 2019. She's a rebel and and she'll never, never see what again. Just because she doesn't do what everybody tells her, that's no reason that she can be the sound of. She's all the time, always honest, all the time. She's not a rebel, no, no, no. She's not a rebel, no, 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 to me. Whoa, 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 whoa. But she is a rebel, yeah, yeah, yeah. She is a rebel, yeah, yeah, yeah.